a gap, a bridge between the two. And what I wanted to talk about today for the Better Bachelor segment is that it is now us versus them. I mean that. And I know some of you are thinking of different us versus, it's now men against women. It's masculinity versus weak, effeminate men. It is intelligence versus emotion. It is stoicism versus craziness. We are there. The line is in the sand. From Newsweek, baby deletion overtakes immigration in voters' minds. Now, for this Better Bachelor segment, I'm not going to touch too much on the politics of it. That's irrelevant. I'm not talking left or right here. I'm talking that women and some young, effeminate, feminized man have now decided being able to end the baby in a woman's body is more important than anything else just about. But that's just one of them. Here's another one from the Daily Mail. Men are refusing to give life-saving CPR to... I might just cut that segment out of YouTube. I hate to get the politics in there. I can probably leave that out. But that's a huge one. You know, when women want to delete their kids, and that's one of the biggest issues on their mind, that is definitely men against women, because men have no say. Men have no control. Men can do nothing. That the number one issue to women is something that men can't talk about. From the Daily Mail, men are refusing to give life-saving CPR to a woman because they're afraid to touch her chest, specifically the breasticles. 1 in 3, I guess this is in the UK, although I've heard similar stats from the US. 1 in 3 Britons are afraid to give a woman CPR because they're worried about touching the woman on her chest, a study reveals. The same proportion of men, 33%, also fear being accused of inappropriate touching when giving a woman chest compressions. However, just 13% of women have the same reservations, according to a survey of 1,000 UK adults. So let's put that in context. Women have made men so fearful of accusations, of being near them, of being accused of something, that 33% of men say that they will not give a woman CPR. She's having a heart attack. She's choking. Give her CPR. 33% of men are like, nope. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to have a lawsuit against me. I'm not going to be accused of something inappropriate. She's going to die. Well, guess she should have eaten that ham sandwich a little bit slower. That's where we are. And who did that? The legal system and women. That's who did it. The legal system and women. So now men are like, nope. I would not be surprised to see that number jump up to 50%, 75%. It's just going to keep going up. Because that's the society we've built. You're strong and independent. Knock that ham sandwich out of your throat by yourself. And I don't think it's great. I think we should save women that are choking on a ham sandwich. But if you ask me directly, would you do it? My answer would be no. This is too litigious a society. They're too anti-man. It depends on who it is. You know what? I guess maybe I'd look at it this way. If I was at a rally or something like an MMA competition or an event where I didn't think the woman was like a crazy nut job feminist, yeah, I'd probably do it. If we're at a BLM or some sort of rally for the leftists and she had blue hair, sorry, baby, you're on your own. The First Aid Charity warned that sexual taboo is putting women at a greater risk of dying from cardiac arrest and stress. When it comes to CPR, everybody's the same. Nope. You did it late. This is your own fault. Directly your fault, women. Nearly half the male respondents, 46%, stated they would feel less comfortable using a defibrillator on a woman, knowing they might have to remove her clothing, including a bra, versus 31%. Well, you've made men fear women. You've made men dislike women. You've made men worry about getting lawfare against them. So a defib, you got to put right on the skin. That means you got to cut or pull off her shirt and her bra, and you put it right on the chest, and 50% of the men are like, nope, not going to do it. Either they're too uncomfortable because, again, low testosterone, feminized, weak, they haven't dated, they don't have experience with women. Whose fault is all that? Women's. So women, you're doing it to yourself. And it's a perfect time to mention today's sponsor, which is NMN from Black Forest Supplements. You know, Joe Rogan's known for his MMA fighting, being in extremely good shape and doing quite well health-wise at the tender age of 56, 57. If you remember, he bounced back from COVID in like 2 or 3 days. So he takes care of himself. One of the supplements that he's mentioned and he's talked about is NMN. Now, rather than me try to explain it, I'm going to let the doctor that discovered it explain it, and then I'll tell you some of the other effects that he doesn't mention in this short clip.
I also take supplements, and in fact, most of my colleagues are in the field of aging, or anti-aging, as people call it. So I take NMN every morning.
What is NMN?
Good question. So let me take a quick step back.
Sure.
So about 20 years ago, Lenny Guarente and a team of us at MIT discovered a set of genes that controls aging. And what they do is they protect all organisms on the planet, plants, bacteria, humans, from deterioration and disease. They're like the Pentagon. They sense when we're hungry, sense when we're exercising, and they send out the troops to defend us. And so we think that these genes are responsible for the effects of dieting and exercise, which is great. What that means is we can now mimic that with molecules.
I feel like I should make a shopping list.
So get a pen.
So with this, you get improved energy, weight management, endurance and strength, anti-aging. For me personally, it's improved my skin. There's lots of videos on YouTube that are people that have taken this 1-2 years. They talk about their blood tests. They talk about the studies that have been done on it. Seems everybody takes it. They feel better. They feel stronger. They have more energy. And one of the things as a guy, especially, you know how it is. You need to be strong. You need to be mentally aware. You need to be healthy. You need to take care of yourself because no one else is going to. So go check out Black Forest Supplements, NMN. Again, here's the supplement. And the other one you're going to hear a lot mentioned as well is something called resveratrol. Those two go hand in hand. Of course, Black Forest has both, but the NMN is going to be the one to kick off your. It's called NAD plus, and it's you take this, your body starts producing NAD plus, which starts firing up all those abilities that you used to have when you were 16, 18 years old, and you don't have anymore because you've aged and you got the pot belly and you got the creaky knuckles and you've got the wrinkles now. Well, this is works towards undoing all of that. So go check out the sponsor today. I'd appreciate it if you did. Links are down below, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I know I am. See, now as aging Chelsea Handler, and the theme to all of these, by the way, is it's women hate men, but also how dare you? Because that's pretty much how everything is nowadays. How dare you be a man and have your own opinions and not appreciate me and not love me and not like me? And how dare you? I'm very angry at you. Chelsea Handler, who's now 49 years old and is starting to look mighty rough. If you don't know who Chelsea Handler is, she's supposedly a comedian, although I've never seen it. And she's, Hollywood. Here she is at the Critics' Annual Choice Awards and whatever. But she's a feminist. And now that she's 49 and men don't want anything to do with her and men shame her for not having eggs and not dating and basically, again, being a feminist, now she's like, oh, I'm a threat. Men are afraid of me. Men are scared of me. No, we don't like you. We don't like you. You are a horrible, annoying, loudmouth, horrible person. I said horrible twice, and I meant to. Chelsea Handler believes straight men, see, not just men, straight men are threatened by her non-conforming lifestyle. We're afraid of the way she lives her life. No, I don't think so. That's not how this works. We just want nothing to do with you. But women can't handle hearing, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't like you. I don't respect you. I think you're a bad person. You're a feminist. Women can't handle hearing that, so they turn it around and their little marble-filled brains, and they say, they're scared of me. They can't handle a strong woman. I just have this sense of freedom in my life that I don't feel enough women celebrate. And what's that freedom? She was on a TikTok. She says, I wake up, I do the old, play with a man in the rowboat, get myself off at 6, 7 a.m., go back to sleep, wake up at 9 or 10, have a mimosa, some champagne and orange juice, and then I go about my day, and then I party, and then at night I have a half bottle of wine and I go to bed, and smoke a little J, and my life's wonderful. Okay, so what do you need a man in it for? So guys were like, okay, good luck with you. You just can't handle me. I'm a threat to a lot of straight men who don't have enough self-confidence. You shouldn't find it threatening. You should find it empowering that I'm spreading the message to other women. If you want to have a baby, sure, for sure, go for one. But if you don't want to have a baby, that's valid too. Your value is not dependent on whether you're married, and your value is not dependent on whether you can procreate. Well, exactly right. Our value is determined by how much money we make and how well we can provide for a woman and how tall we are and how handsome we are and how strong we are and how giving we are and how much we do for society. And that's our value. Your value is looks and eggs. That's it. But women keep trying to make men appreciate women for men's values, and we don't. We never will, because we have to bring that. Why the hell would we care if you do? And so now that she's 49, and boy, are those dating offers falling off a cliff. She's like, oh, I'm very angry. You don't appreciate me. You're scared of me. Shut up. She said, I want to spread joy and positivity, and I want women to feel valued. My purpose is to embolden and lift up women. I'm not here for men. That's not my problem. Okay, there you go. Well, guess what? We're not here for you. You're not our problem. You brought it on yourself. So don't act surprised when you say, I don't need no man. I don't care about men. Men are worthless to me. I only find a guy and I sleep with him and hook up, but I make my own money and I've got the state for protection. I don't need no man. Wait, where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, why don't you support me? Why don't you like me? Why don't you want to date me? Why don't you say I have any value? I'm not here for women. That's not my problem. This led Handler to declare that not living a traditional lifestyle has been effing awesome for her. Good, then why are you writing this article? Why are you complaining? Because it's not effing awesome. The more times somebody says, oh, I'm so happy. I am happy. I'm so happy. I am happy. Did you know I'm happy? Hey, did I happen to mention yesterday? I was so happy. The more they do that, the more miserable they are. They're trying to convince you and they're trying to convince themselves. And I know this because on social media, there's been many, many studies that show the people that are out there living their best lives on social media and bragging about everything. And you look on their Instagram and you go, oh my gosh, they're having such a great life. In secret, it's all fake. They're miserable. They hate themselves. That's why SSRIs for women are at all-time highs. Number of women that are drinking to cope with problems, all-time highs. Number of women that are seeing therapists, all-time highs. They always whine. Oh, you can't handle a boss. Shut up. This is a very quick one. Lily Wachowski. I don't know if you know who that is. That's one of the Wachowski brothers that decided, hey, I think I'm a lady. Well, now there's a new television series coming out. And the television series is about transitioned men that turned into women, self-insert, that now, right here, they say it here, the book is set in a post-apocalyptic world where testosterone has turned men into feral, zombified creatures that cannibalize their fellow humans. It's centered around two strong, empowered transitioned women and a transitioned man as they team up to fight against the feral men and a group of megalomaniacal, am I saying that right? Megalomaniacal TERFs trying to take over the world. Oh! And this is getting turned into a TV show. When was it okay on TV to say that men and testosterone, that would turn them into zombies and so you're going to hunt them? When did that be okay? So if I did the opposite and said, well, women and their estrogen, it turns them into these crazy emotional zombies and men have to hunt them down and remove them from the, oh my God, the stories and the liberal outrage would be off the charts. But this, we're just going to make that into a television show. There's a Facebook group called Sis, Are We Dating the Same Guy on Facebook? And what they did is women that would find a boyfriend would post a couple pictures of their boyfriend, or it wasn't that they found a boyfriend, but they're dating a guy. And if they think he's cheating, they would put this guy's photo on Facebook, and then you could look through and find out if you've had a hookup or if you've dated this guy. Women are making databases to try to, hold men accountable. Now, I'm pretty sure if we had a database where all the women we've dated, we put on there to make sure she's not cheating, or if you're married and you put a couple pictures up, say, if you see this one, let me know. Or now you can use AI. I'm quite sure that would get shut down. And that, again, there's a whole lot of whataboutism in this. Well, now finally, after being out for God knows how long, Facebook is like, we might get sued for this. We better shut this down. Online groups where women post screenshots of men they've met on dating apps are being abruptly paused or closed down after an Australian defamation case involving a page administrator of a surrogacy group. The private Facebook group has thousands of female members who share experiences with men they have met on dating apps. The groups began overseas and have rapidly grown and spread into Australia, and what creators say is an attempted help okay, here we go. It's an attempted help to keep women safe. Okay. So you want to find out if you're dating, that you're trying to hook up with somebody that the guy's hooked up with other women, and that's to keep you safe? Oh, please, let us do it. Let us do it with the rampant cheating of women. But is that to keep us safe? Maybe our wallets. It's, gotta protect the women. The groups began overseas. Okay, I read that. Users share warnings about men they've dated or posted screenshots of profiles before meeting up, asking members to share red flags or T. Usually the posts are accompanied with the name, age, and location of men. So women are just outing you. So you have a bad date and it goes awkward. Or maybe you try to go in for a kiss and she wasn't ready. And now they can post it with your name, your age, and your location. Do you see why men are avoiding dating apps? Do you see why men are avoiding women? Do you see why maybe men are like giving out fake names and won't let a woman go to his place, but he's going to go over to her place for the hookup? It's right there. And who's doing it? What's that you say? Well, why, Joker, it's women doing it to themselves. They make themselves their own worst enemies to society and men. I got a button for that.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
That's literally what they're doing. They say the posts are often met with comments about communication styles, allegations of love bombing or ghosting, and at times troubling firsthand accounts of negative experiences that in some cases could amount to allegations of criminal offending. Well, I mean, in Australia, if you go, g'day, mate, well, that's it. Take him to jail. That girl didn't want him to say hi. Comments about communication styles. Does that keep a woman safe? A communication style? Love bombing? Ghosting? Hey, if a man ghosts, you're very safe. He's not around you anymore. Negative experiences. Oh no, it didn't go your way. Ladies, unfortunately, due to the recent changes to Australia's defamation laws, we are pausing all pages an administrator posted on several of the cis Are We Dating Same Guy groups. They have a bunch of groups because some are in one country, some are in another country. They're all over the world calling men out. What they call calling men out. Revenge posting is spiking by women. What's that you say? Really? Revenge posting by women? Who have AVOs or apprehended violence orders against them. Snitching is on the rise, lying about men to tarnish their reputation. Color me shocked. Meddling in relationships out of spite. You don't say. Using inaccurate screenshots. Slander, libel mentioned in posts and comments. Wow. Who could have seen women doing this? We all, for those of you on the Better Bachelor portion, you won't realize this, but all we've been talking about today is accountability on the news stories. There's no accountability. When there's no accountability, people get away with something. They say, I got my hand slapped a little bit. I'll just do it again. Look at the theft in California. I can just grab stuff and walk out of the store. Okay, I'm going to grab an armful of stuff and I went out they didn't even come after me. Well, I'm going to go in for a second run. I'm going to go in for a third run. Oh no, why are all the stores around here closing? I'm going to defame men. I'm going to hurt men. I'm going to slander men. I'm going to call them awful names. I'm going to harm men. I'm going to hate men. Oh no, why aren't there any men here anymore? It's kind of the same, numbnuts, but they can't see it. My daughter's cheating on her husband and I helped her do it. I'll give you just a taste. Sophie, 35, seemingly has an ideal life. 2 children, successful husband who she's been married to for a decade, a job she adores, and a beautiful family home. Well, isn't that all the things women say they want? He's a great husband. He's successful. He has an ideal life, 2 kids, married. You got a beautiful home, a job you love. Well, isn't that every woman's dream? But her mom, Sally, 60, says Sophie is living a lie, and Sally's even helping her keep it secret. What's worse is Sally doesn't even feel any guilt about it. She enjoys it. So the mother enjoys helping her daughter cheat. She gets a kick out of it. Babysitting my 2 precious grandchildren while my only daughter's on a date is my favorite thing to do. But Sophie's never having dinner with her husband. She's meeting her secret lover, and her mother's helping her cover her tracks. I don't need to read any further. When men give women everything they ever asked for, the kids, the house, he's successful, he treats her well, beautiful home, everything's perfect. Not only does she then cheat, mom helps cover it up. Now, I'm sure if I read through the story, he probably didn't take care of her needs, or he's working all the time, or he's emotionally distant. In this case, actually, Sally says, I've never liked my daughter's husband, Dave, and always knew she could do better. Well, he gave her everything. He gave her everything, and mother-in-law's like, he could have done better. 2-year-long deception. God, I mean, these are they sound like black pills. Don't let these be black pills. They're red pills. They're red pills. Just understand that. That's really what they are. All right, a couple fun videos, and then we'll wrap up for the day. And then I'll read your live chats. I want to show you this woman getting BTFO'd. Try this one. BTFO'd. This is the spoiled woman that hates men, that wants socialism. She wants big daddy government. She says, I want socialism. I want this. I want that. I'm gonna let this slightly effeminate financial advisors blow her out the door.
Reality sucks. Yeah, reality sucks. Capitalism is bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, really easy for someone to say that grew up in a really nice house in one of the best school districts in Texas.
I know, but it's
who has the rent paid for, that is able to go to Europe and on a whim with their sister, who's able to do girl math, who's able to be fun employed. Yeah, it's easy to say that the system's bad when you're doing that because you've never had to work for it. You never got to actually see what happens when you put in the work and get benefits and actually have a little bit of responsibility and actually build something or do anything. You've grew up in privilege beyond privilege beyond privilege beyond privilege. It's only the people who speak like you that grew up in a world where you've never had to do a single thing in your life. So I don't want to hear about that. What a joke.
I'm sorry. I just wish everybody had but yeah, like you were saying. That
I wish a lot of things. Wishing doesn't get people places. You try to create the best systems possible. This doesn't matter. Oh my.
If it's the best system possible, then why are there people
I'm not saying this is shut the f up. I'm not saying this is the best system possible. I'm saying we don't do the I wish this is how it all is. Yeah. You try to create the best systems possible to give people the opportunities to live the best lives. I'm not saying everything's perfect. I'm not saying this is the best system possible. I don't know. Everything's a hypothesis.
Yeah.
But for you to say that is disgusting.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, no, I know. I'll let it finish and then I'll rant.
I'm a real hypocrite for that. But the people who you should be going after are the people in the top something percent that hoard all the world's wealth. Go after those people. Those people need to be taxed, and that money
taxed to the max.
Yeah.
What does that even look like to you? You probably don't even know what that looks like. What does that look like? How do you tax them to the max?
I'm not sure. I have somebody else.
Oh, interesting. This person's voting.
Yes, I am. And I already know who I'm voting for.
And you literally can't describe a tax.
That's where we are, boys and girls, let me tell you. Well, not that there's too many girls here. 1.6% according to my statistics. That's where we are. Imagine she grows up in a spoiled household, has college paid for, has her rent paid for, is given everything. And then she sees people struggling and she says they should be given everything too. Do you want to know where the inflation came from? Do you want to know why our country is falling off a cliff? Because you're giving everything to, or trying to give everything to everybody. Socialism. Oh, the beautiful dream of the elite. Clueless. Absolutely clueless. This is one of the best. Now, this guy's, again, a financial advisor. I might recommend he hit the gym and a couple of testosterone supplements. Just saying. But he's dead on right. She's given all this privilege by her parents, never has to struggle, never has to worry about anything in her life. And then she's like, well, take it from the rich. I know for some reason, a lot of you hate Elon Musk. Elon Musk, when he cashed out some money to buy Twitter, that year he paid $6 billion in taxes. The top 1% pay 40% of all taxes in the United States. The next 2 to, I think it's either 15 or 20%, pay the majority of the rest. Like as in like 80 or 90%. The top 20% of people pay 90+% of the taxes in this country. And they have no idea how the system works. And then they walk up and they say, I'm voting because I want to delete my baby and I want to keep my money so I can keep buying Starbies. Repeal the 19th. I used to joke about it. I used to be like, those guys are too much. And then I get closer to, I'm listening. Now I'm just here. Repeal the 19th. If you want to save the country, repeal the 19th. If you want to save the country, get women out of these upper positions in government and businesses. If you want to save the country, get them out. Get them out. Get them out. And if you say, but Joker, when did everything go to absolute shit? Last 10 or 20 years, when they started forcing themselves into company because of DEI and feminism, when they started forcing themselves on the boards of California, literally forces companies to reserve a spot or two for feminists and minorities, for women, but they're going to be feminists and minorities. They're forcing companies to take them. Why would you force a company to take somebody? Because they're not up to snuff, because they're not of the quality we need them to be. So you must force a company to do it because they can't do it. They can't do the job. So you're taking people out that were qualified and putting in women. Are there a couple of based women in government and in companies? Yeah. Are there women that are capable? Yeah. But for the most part, a lot of these are causing problems. I'll just drop a name, AOC. Angela Merkel. Who is the crazy chick in charge of New Zealand that looked like a coked up scarecrow? The skinny broad with a big old horsey teeth. The proof is in the pudding. I've come around. Took me a while. I am 100% there now. I think I got one more video. And 2 more. Then we'll tap it out. Okay, tell me if any of this makes sense to you. Hey, guess what, guys? Pretty women will not date you because you have so many opportunities to cheat and so many opportunities to leave pretty women for other pretty women. No, I didn't say Chad. I know that's what you're expecting. I didn't say Chad anywhere in that sentence. I said ugly dudes. Now, what does she consider ugly? A 9 that drives like a Toyota Corolla instead of a Bentley. Mark my words. That's definitely what she thinks an ugly dude is.
I'm going to be so violently real with you. I don't care who I offend. If you give an ugly guy a chance, they will fuck you over.
I want you to look at her face. Now, granted, her hair is not naturally blonde because her eyebrows are jet black. So and I can see the roots there. But overall, she's not unattractive. I don't know what fillers she had. I don't know what she's looked like without makeup. But I would say, statistically speaking, she is well better than average looking, at least when she goes out on like this. So you're going to tell me she gives ugly guys a chance and that she gets screwed over.
Oh, wait, you serious?
They will fuck you over. Okay? In my experience, every ugly guy that has always wanted me first, and I've been like, oh, they seem so sweet. Either they start love bombing or they're getting you gifts or whatever it is, they'll always be the ones that are into you first and you won't be into it. And then suddenly you're feeling into it because you're thinking maybe this guy will treat me right. I'll give them a chance. They treat you worse than the hot guys.
Okay, so they love bomb. You know what she's talking about? She's talking about a player. She's talking about a player that will lie. He's probably partially narcissistic, definitely probably some dark triad traits, love bombing, narcissism. They run the game. They're players. They run the game. She starts falling for them after he's probably been, balls deep in her for the last month. And then that guy's like, been there, done that, seen it, moving on. And he goes to find other women. That's a player. That's not an ugly guy. Ugly guys don't get the opportunities. They're sister.
They see this beautiful girl in front of them, and their insecurities just are ripping through it. So they're so insecure that they're going to talk to a million other girls seeking validation because they don't think they deserve you.
That's narcissism, not ugly.
So that turns into like them cheating because honestly, all these girls are looking at them with such a beautiful girl, and that makes their value go up in another girl's eyes, which is so toxic. So now you have this guy that's not good looking, that's shit, and all these girls want him because he's posting with a girl that's drop dead gorgeous.
Okay, so an ugly guy posts pictures that he's with you, and all the girls are reaching out to sleep with him?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, sir.
In other words, she's dating 9s or 8s.
I don't know. Don't give an ugly guy a chance. If you're going to get your heart broken, get it broken by a hot guy, not an ugly guy, because they're going to treat you worse in the long.
Get your heart, if you're going to get your heart broken, get it broken by an ugly guy, not a hot guy. I got news for you. I think her difference between ugly and hot is like, that would be like Super Chad twins. Like maybe one has a mole or a slight scar. And here's the last one, and then I'll read live tips. This is a minute 45. Not just brothers, dudes. Dudes get no chances. I want you to look at this bevy of women. Some of them are big girls. Some of them are wide girls. Some of them maybe some of you might find attractive. A dude walks in, and before he opens his mouth, the girls that don't want him pop the balloons. So when you hear the pop sound, that's a woman saying no to this dude. Look how long he lasts as he comes in to meet these ladies.
Hello, welcome in.
That's it. But I want you to hear the guy. I want you to hear what he has to say. None of them gave this dude a chance. But wait till you hear what he says.
What's your name?
My name is Tavarius.
Tavarius, how old are you?
I'm 29.
And what do you do?
I'm on tour for PBS Children's Story.
Oh, like you write children's books?
Yeah,
or?
I have an animation company that I started when I was 21 years old.
Nice.
And then it's...
Animation company when he started when he was 29 years old. Oh, my volume's a little low.
Basically about my childhood and teaching young black boys that black dads do care.
Wow, I love that.
Sounds like a good man. Takes care of the next generation.
Oh, okay. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
So I have a Airbnb that's kind of like in the lake. So I'm a nature boy. So I love to climb trees in my time off. I love to draw. And I honestly just like peace. So I do a lot of peace and help for people who like need emotional regulation.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
Let me just fast forward. He looks for nice things in a woman. And then they go to interview one of the women that popped the balloon.
Okay.
I'm 26, and I initially popped it because of the outfit, but now that I get close to you and I heard what you say, I want my balloon back. Oh. Because I can always change your fit, baby.
I can always change your fit. I can change your clothes. But I said no because of your clothes. They're mouth breathers. They're absolute mouth breathers. Oh, I saw him walk in. I didn't like his clothes. So I said no. But you just said you can change his clothes. So what happened? I own my own company. I got an Airbnb at the lake or the beach or whatever you said. But in the real world, that guy doesn't get a second chance. But apparently on these shows, he does. Now, she's attractive compared to the other ones, in my personal opinion. There's no winning. There's no winning this. That's why I keep saying it's us versus them.